Well, I hope that you had an awesome week. And as always, we have what I want to say, a fabulous show. We have two young ladies that's going to come on and talk about a Martin Luther King contest, and that is Jane and Denise. And then we will have Trippy's favorite part of the show, the Student of the Week. And last but certainly not least, we have Councilman Justin Wright, who will be coming on at the end. Want to make sure that, and hopefully Aunt Flossie, Trippy will bring your picture back. On last week, we dedicated the show to Aunt Flossie. She celebrated her birthday, and unfortunately, she didn't even see that we put her picture up and dedicated the whole entire show to her. But hopefully this week we'll have the picture again. And this week we want to dedicate the show to Cousin Nora. And I know all of you in the community know Cousin Nora. She attends Chippy Chapel Church, and she lives on the west side, and she's very active in the community. She celebrated her birthday on the 1st of January. So tonight's show is dedicated to her. And I want to make sure that we give everyone enough time. So I'm going to go into the first interview, and when Trippy gets here, he'll squeeze his stuff on in. So welcome to the show, ladies.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So thank you, Denise, because Denise was our liaison for getting you on, Jane. So if you would tell the viewing audience your name and where you're from and what you're here to talk about, and then we'll have Denise introduce herself.
Okay. Well, my name's Jane Rubini, and I work at Christ Church Christiana 100 in Greenville. And I am actually from Canada originally.
Oh, okay.
And but this is my home now, and I've been here for 15, going on 16 years.
Okay, yeah, it's home now.
It's home. This is the longest I've lived anywhere in one place, and I very much like Wilmington.
Okay, all right. And Denise?
And I'm Denise Gilliam, and I'm actually an administrator at Christ Church Episcopal Preschool, which is a ministry of Christ Church Christiana 100.
Okay.
And I've been on the committee with Jane for this project.
Okay. I'm not surprised you're working with children. I'll just say that. All right, Jane. So it is a Martin Luther King contest?
Yes, it's a communication contest.
Okay.
It started out with the idea of a public speaking contest. But when we solicited feedback from the schools and the different organizations in the community, what we learned that would really help attract the students and pique their interest to participate would be if they could use poetry or rap or have the freedom and the flexibility. So that's when the public speaking contest started to evolve into a communication contest. So now this particular contest, the students have 5 minutes to speak about how Dr. King's legacy, his work back in the 60s, relates and speaks to them today, to their hopes and to their dreams. They may use rap, poetry, speech, any of that, all of it, or however. But the important thing about this contest too, that's a little different from your public speaking contest, is the fact that the important thing here is the message. We know that grammar is important and pronunciation is important, but in this case, we wanted to place the emphasis and the priority on the message.
Okay.
So as a result, they have 5 minutes to talk and give their message and how Dr. King's work and what changes they'd like to see in light of Dr. King. So even though it's back in the 60s, I really felt that his words and his work back then, we really had I hadn't been hearing it lately, and all the different things that have been happening, I thought we really needed to be reminded about what he tried to accomplish and his legacy once again. And I thought the kids would be a great place and help them get reacquainted with Dr. King.
Yeah, that's great. I don't think they no longer talk about Black history in school. I'm not sure because I don't hear anyone talking about it either. And I was raised by my grandfather, and I heard Martin Luther King like every other day. It wasn't just a one-time-a-year event with him. He actually marched with Martin Luther King, and I have pictures at home with him, with Dr. Martin Luther King, along with like Harry Belafonte and some other people. So it's like I love Dr. Martin Luther King and all that he stood for. And you're right, unfortunately, with everything that's going on around our world, we need someone like a Dr. Martin Luther King to step up and declare peace here on this earth. So now you already had?
We had the semifinals yesterday.
Okay, all right, and how did that go?
It went very well, actually. I think everyone who participated, whether they were a volunteer or a contestant or a judge, everyone, I like to think we all left feeling really, that it had been a really great and special day.
Okay.
And so that was, unfortunately, Denise was a little under the weather.
Oh, okay, so you missed out
a little bit early.
But you heard some of it?
Yes.
Okay,
It was
all
very
right.
abundant.
So you're going to be celebrating those who?
Well, we have 7 finalists now, and they come from all over Newcastle County. The contest was open to high school students, grades 9 through 12, throughout the county. If you were in high school, you were eligible. I didn't care if it was public, private, charter, homeschool, you were eligible.
Okay.
So we had students register from 14 different schools and organizations. And we had 50 students register, of which quite a few did not show up yesterday, but that was okay because those who did were very special. And I mean, they had to present in front of a panel of 5 judges we liked it when we were looking for judges, we wanted the judges to reflect the diversity within the community, both at the semifinal and at the finals. And so it took, I'd say, a bit of courage and strength to get up and share their message and put it out there. And we were very pleasantly surprised. And everyone was very different, and they did a great job. So as a result, we now have 7 finalists who will then move on to the finals on Martin Luther King Day, Monday, January 18th. And they will present at the Baby Grand in front of 7 different judges now. Again, reflecting the diversity within the community, from the legal, from the corporate, from the academic, from the spiritual world. And I'm hoping that the schools that they're coming from, because they're all in grades from 9 through 12, will come out and cheer them and support them on, and that the Baby Grand, that it will be standing room only.
Okay, and is there a fee for?
No there
fee.
is no fee.
Okay.
First come, first serve.
Can we announce them?
Yes, can
What
we,
do you want to
can
do?
we
Announce
the
the
finalists?
Of course you may.
So I didn't want to get this wrong. I didn't want to miss anyone.
Okay.
So I wrote this down,
That's
everyone.
all right.
And I'm doing it alphabetically.
Okay.
Demetria Anthony, she came through the Communities in Schools, as well as the Wilmington Youth Leadership Commission, and she's in grade 10 at AI DuPont. So well done, Demetria. Julian Brown is in grade 11, and he attends Howard. Destiny Cheeks is grade 9, and she's being sponsored through the Cathedral Choir School of Delaware, but attends Mount Pleasant. Camila Diabonte, a grade 10 student, also at Howard. So we have 2 from Howard. Well done. Well done. Maya Knox is Del Castle in grade 11. Grace Otley attends Cab Calloway and is grade 11 as well. And we have 1 senior, Josh Rittberg from Brandywine High School. So well done.
Oh, you went to Brandywine, Denise?
No, I'm just excited about all the different schools that are represented.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is
so
good.
right across the board. So we were really thrilled with the results, and I think we're in for a real treat come Monday on the 18th. And these students, as part of their prize, are able to meet with Hugh Atkins for coaching, 1 hour of coaching to help them tweak and improve their presentation, even make it even better for when they said help them get even more ready for the 18th.
Right.
So
Okay.
it was great of Hugh to offer this. He used to be head of English over at Tower Hill and very much involved with Kumba Academy.
All right. And if someone from our viewing audience would like to attend, what do they need to do?
They just need to show up.
Okay.
First come, first served.
Okay.
It's at 9 o'clock in the morning. The YWCA of Delaware will make their presentation, their Racial Justice Award to Michelle Taylor, who's president and
Yes.
CEO. She's the recipient this year.
Okay.
And after that, they'll kick into the contest, and we'll hear 7 great presentations. They're 5 minutes, give or take 30 seconds. And like I said, the message is the priority. So I think it'll be different.
Okay.
It'll be an updated public speaking.
All right. So next year, Denise, I have to contact me, and we'll have you
Right.
come on to promote the actual contest. Okay. And maybe you'll get
Yes.
more participants.
Yeah.
Yes, that
All
would
right.
be wonderful.
Okay. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Thank you,
coming on
Rita.
and sharing with our viewing audience.
Well, thank you for having
You're
us.
welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right. So I'm going to take a very quick break, and we'll be right back. Good evening and welcome back to the Congo Hour. I know I'm always smiling, but I'm really smiling from ear to ear because he's saying, oh man, you the second reason why I'm smiling ear to ear. The first reason I'm smiling ear to ear are that my friends at the DAP they're watching us on this evening. Thank you so very much. Hi, Jim. Hey, Lucky. And hi, Jill. And I'm sure y'all will be texting me to give other people shout outs. But next I am excited because we have Justin right here on the Congo Hour.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
I want to thank you and the Congo family for having me on.
Yeah. Now I think I texted you the other day. I was like, oh my, you got billboard. I saw a billboard, and you said which one. So what you got? About 50 of them around.
No, man, not at all.
All right. So Justin, tell our viewing audience what brings you on the Congo Hour this evening.
Well, I am a candidate seeking the office of president of Wilmington City Council. Been on the council for 2 terms now, and seeking to be the leader of the council.
Okay. Now, were you the youngest councilman for Wilmington?
Youngest elected in the history, yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So what made you want to get into the political arena?
It's funny because before I was old enough to run, I went with my dad to this meeting, and individuals like, you should run for office, you should run for office. And so I guess they didn't know the implication of the requirements. You had to be a certain age in order to run. So at that time I was disengaged and wasn't thrilled about being in elective office, and just you know, being in the family business, you see a lot of things that go on. And my philosophy at that time, and still is you're either part of the problem or part of the solution. So I decided to take a proactive approach.
Very good. So tell me what you tell me there's certain things I'm sure you want to talk about and certain things you may not want to discuss.
Okay.
Yes, since it's kind of pretty early
Right.
in the stage.
I
So
appreciate the consideration.
yeah, you're welcome. So let's talk about what you want to talk about. What are some of the things that made you want to run for president?
Well, a couple of things. I think there are levels to everything, and being on council, there's only so much you can do at this level. Okay, being an at-large member of council, I think when you're the president.
Now, hold up. Let's talk about, because there may be some viewing audience that are not familiar with at-large.
Okay.
So what is at-large?
At-large means I represent the entire city of Wilmington, so I don't have a specific district that I be holding to.
Okay, all right. So now finish what you were saying.
Okay, so essentially, being the leader of the council, I think I'm in a better position to better serve the citizens of Wilmington, be able to push some initiatives forward for the betterment and augmentation of our city at the end of the day.
Okay. Now, in I think it was last week or the week before, Trippy and I talked about the money that the state has. Is that something you're willing to discuss?
I'm on your show,
Okay.
or you're hosting.
All right. So what is your opinion about? And it was in the paper the other day too.
I think it was in there today as well.
Today, where
Something in there today as well.
where the state wants the city to explain what the monies are going towards.
My understanding, at the end of the day, being on the council side, you don't get everything, as they say, to use the term, hot off the press. So we get it second, third, and fourth hand.
Okay.
So the mayor's office, of course, they get it hot off the press.
Right.
It comes directly to them. I've heard from the mayor's side, I heard from the state representative side, and I think State Rep Melanie George, she said it best. She just thinks that cooler heads will prevail. Hopefully the administration will find some leeway, as well as the General Assembly will find some leeway and some leniency to make this work for the city of Wilmington. So that's my hope as well.
Okay. All right. So come September.
September 13th actually is my birthday.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Believe it or not.
Wow. I
Yes.
believe you. It's going to be the primary where
It
everybody's
is.
going to come out there. So what do you want to tell the viewing audience when they go into the booth to vote?
At the end of the day, I'm Wilmington's son. People have seen me born and raised. Look at my son, he's 5 now, and they see me from that age on to now. I'm at my current age. And so I believe that I've been there for people at some of their hardest times, toughest times, and hopefully they will trust me to be there on the government side at their toughest time and hardest times. Independent thinker, not afraid to stand on my own on principal issues, been able to appeal on multi-generational level due to my profession. So I'm just eager and willing to serve.
Okay, very good. Just give me one platform that's really important to you. I know there's probably a list of stuff, right?
There are a few things that are pressing. I think at the end of the day, there is somewhat of an apathy, if you will, with the political process. I think also with the understanding of the roles of government. So hopefully we can be a more visible council, a more cohesive council, and by being more visible, being more cohesive, we can thusly show and share with the community our true role and our true sense to serve them at the end of the day. I think that has to be at the forefront among a lot of other things. There are, of course, a myriad of other main concerning issues, but I think if we can, charity begins at home and spread abroad, if we can as a council come together and recognize that the main thing is the main thing and stay on course, then we'll be able to better serve.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm glad when you say the word serve, that's one of the things that I love, that I don't like politicians, the word politicians, because sometimes people can misinterpret what you're saying. So a person that is in a political office, I believe, first needs to be a servant and be able to go out and serve the community in whatever aspect that is that they need your assistance in. So I'm so glad you said the word serve.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So is there anything else that you want to get across to the viewing audience?
At this point, again, as you said, it's early on. The campaign will unfold as we look to move forward in visionary leadership and leading Wilmington in the right direction. I just want to publicly, take a moment to not only thank the citizens of Wilmington for allowing me the opportunity to serve thus far on 2 terms, but I also want to thank, my wife, my son, who doesn't really know but knows, my parents, as well as my family business, because they take the back seat at times so that I can serve the Wilmingtonians. So I'm grateful for them for allowing me that opportunity to do so. And again, just want to continue climbing the ladder so that we can push Wilmington in the right direction and put us where we need to be as a city.
That's good. It's funny because looking on Facebook, little Justin reminds me of Trippy's son Max.
Okay.
Because Max used to have on uniforms too, standing at the door. So the other day I think he posted up he wanted some cufflinks on.
He did. So real quick, back in January of last year, I was Saturday getting dressed for a service, and out of nowhere I hear this voice, "Dad, I want a blue suit." Turn around, he on the edge of the bed, turn around, "Dad, I want a blue suit." So, at the time I'm getting dressed, busy, and Saturday morning, so, you got to get up early, might have been running a few moments late, so I didn't pay any attention. couple weeks later, hear a little voice. Did you get my blue suit?
Okay.
So I went and got the blue suit, and on Valentine's Day of 2015, he worked his first service.
Oh.
And so at first his ploy was mom had to work for him to work, but now he has stepped away from that, and he's
a
willing
big
to
boy
work.
now, right?
Big boy now, yeah.
All
So.
right. Okay, so if someone wanted to assist you in volunteering on your campaign, you notice I said volunteer on your
Yes.
campaign. How would they get in contact with you?
Well, we have a website up, justinwright.com.
Okay.
So there's some information there. That's the best way because it can go right into our system where we can log it and have the
Okay.
information so that we can, get back in contact with everyone. So it's go to justinwright.com and put in the information on the volunteer tab, and we'll follow up. Again, as we get closer to September, things will pick up from the volunteerism standpoint. Might not be as needed as now, but we do need you. So please don't think I'm saying I don't need you, because I definitely need you, your vote, and I need your support, and I need you to share and spread the word as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thank you for having
All right,
me.
you're welcome. If anyone is thinking about or has filed to run for a political office and you would like to come on and share with our viewing audience, you can give me a call directly at 521-7325. That's 521-7325. I was trying to hold up for Trippy's favorite part of the show, so we're going to take a break and we'll see what happens. Hello and welcome back to the Congo Hour. I just got a text that Trippy will not be here with me on this evening, and I do apologize for the long break, but we were getting our Student of the Week geared up for the television show. Also, before I go over to the Student of the Week, I want to say, I really appreciate, Trippy and I both really appreciate everyone who tunes in every Sunday to watch the show. And you never know, who's watching us. I just got a message that Dominique, who owns Grotto Pizza, is tuned in to this evening's show. So I want to say hello, sir, and to our viewing audience. Grotto Pizza has one of the best pizzas in, I want to say in Delaware, because they're all over. They go all the way down to Rehoboth Beach. So anytime you want to go get a pizza, please go to Grotto's Pizza to get your next pizza. As I said earlier, this is going to be Trippy's favorite part of the show, the Student of the Week. Welcome to the show, Cameron. How are you?
Good.
You good?
Yeah.
Who did you bring with you this evening? Who's those two people sitting next to you?
My mom and my dad.
Your mom and your dad. Let me tell you something. Your mom and your dad are so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Mr. Trippy picked you up in what kind of car did he pick you up in? Do you remember?
No.
You don't? It was a limousine. He's like, and? So Keisha, we'll go to you. You nominated your son. So
Yes.
Tell the viewing audience what made you nominate your son.
His good grades, actually, they do a color code at Kumba Academy where if he stays on green or blue. So we had a deal. We met Trippy one day at Wagman's
Okay.
up in across the PA line.
That is my favorite store, one of them.
And he told Cam, he said, you got to be good all week and you have to listen to your mom. And by the time the end of the week came, the report cards came out. And I've been stressing about the report cards because sometimes he doesn't make it on green or blue.
Okay.
He makes it on yellow and finishes up on green.
Okay.
So those colors kind of had me pulling my hair out. So when his report card came home and I seen them grades, I said, we great email this to Wayne up right now. So we did.
Okay.
And he deserved it.
Right, definitely. Dad, I want to applaud you because sometimes, not always, is the father physically in the home for the child. So tell me your interactions with Cameron and to build him up to be the young man he's supposed to be.
Well, one thing, try to lead by example. I want to show him what a upright man is supposed to do and how he's supposed to act. Because this one here is going to make it.
Right.
I'm going to make sure this one's going to make it.
Yes.
You know, I tell him all the time, you're a son of a king. You're a prince.
That's right.
So you have to do better than everyone else. You cannot be a follower. You have to be a leader.
That's good. Now, you're taking me back because that's how Donald and I talk to Hunter. Like, you are a leader, you're not a follower.
Exactly.
So don't be with the rest of the crowd of people, and you speak those things into their lives while they're Cameron's age. I had to remind Hunter the other day, come on, son, now.
Right.
So, yeah, remember what we
Absolutely.
said. So, yes. So, Cameron, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. And who's your favorite teacher there?
Miss Lacey.
Miss Lacey. What does she teach you at Kaumba?
She teach me nice things.
Nice things. Oh, okay. So did you take anyone with you in the limousine ride to school?
Yes.
Who was in the limousine with you?
Everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone like who? They have names.
What's their names?
You want me to help you?
Yeah.
Jihad, Shazia, Ahmad, and Jayana. And Trippy surprised you with Mason. Mason's your best friend. He was in a limo, him and Mariah, when they came.
Oh,
He didn't
yeah.
know.
That was
was a
one of your
surprise.
surprises.
Yes.
Was you excited when you saw him in the car?
Yes.
Mason? He was waiting for you in the limousine?
Yes.
He was. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say before we end this segment?
No.
No? Is there anybody that's watching that you want to say hello to?
You want to say hello to your Kuma friends? Jada might be watching.
Yes.
Jada. Aunt Pat might be watching. Uncle Mike might be watching. Who else? Pat, our neighbor. Terry might be watching. Look at the camera.
Keisha, you know what I didn't? What? Can you tell us how old you are?
5.
You're 5. Okay, so you're 5 years old in kindergarten and you go to Kaumba Academy.
Yes.
All right. So keep up the good work. Keep getting those green colors, okay?
Yes.
All right. So if you know a student who may be excelling or may not have excelled and you want to encourage them to do better, you can give me a call at 521-7325. And just so you'll know, Trippy only does one student 1 week. So every Wednesday now is his day that he will come and pick up to 6 of the student and their friends, take them to breakfast, and then drop them off to school. So once again, you can give me a call at 521-7325. Going to take another break, and I will be back with our community news as well as our funeral announcement.